Everybody, welcome to Barz and Shotz. You got the whole clicking team quarantined. You got myself, Flaw 700. You got Ant, the great one. You got Jerrell, and you got DJ Big J. Welcome to episode 89. What's going on, fellas?
Yo.
It is episode 89, correct? I am on, right?
Yeah,
it's 89, man.
Who you got this week? 89.
Steve Smith, Senior.
Nice.
Senior, that's my man. Carolina Panthers, Ravens.
He may be proud to be a little nigga. He may be proud to be a little nigga, bro. We're just like
Steve Smith going to the Hall of Fame, man.
Bro, when he caught that touchdown and broke his arm at the end zone, bitch, I was like, dang.
Yep.
One of the top 5, top 10 lists of the little niggas that made you proud, and it seemed to be your thing. I want to know where your motivation comes from.
Man, I'm 5'8" with the soul of a 6'4" nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Like the niggas be trying to sleep on niggas because they little niggas. But I'm scrapping.
You make it seem like you 5'4", and you're not that short, bro, man.
Listen. Yes, I am, bro. I am.
Wait a minute, how tall are you at?
I'm 5'8". That's short, nigga.
I mean, yeah, Flaw, that's a little short, yo.
Told you, bro. Like, what I'm talking about, man.
Like, that's my nigga, man, but stop playing. Know what I'm saying? That's like saying I ain't fat. Know what I'm saying? That's like saying, Jerrell, you ain't fat. I mean, you ain't fat at all. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Man. How's everybody's mental health, man? Huh? Y'all know I got to start it off? Huh?
I'm good,
Stop
man.
asking me that, bro.
Why?
Till I tell you my mental health ain't right, bitch, it's right. Just stop asking me that, man.
Typical answer. That's why I ask. I know I'm not going to get that out of y'all, but you just never know. One day y'all might just need it. Well, Flaw, since you ask, and then I might have to tell you to shut the fuck up because I don't want to hear that right now.
Since you asked, Flaw, bitch, they turned me down for EBT last week. Feel me? My son got impetigo. Feel me? My wife told me she had a ringworm the other night. Like, bitch, my mental health is fucked up. Like,
hood stories just gonna start flourishing, huh?
It comes with the territory of being the head of household, baby.
Word.
Huh? Yeah.
No comment.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Roland in the chat.
Yeah, man.
Talk about what up, fellas.
We're a little tardy. What's going on, Roland?
Yeah, man. We had technical difficulties.
What's good, Roland?
We got a special guest. Not a special guest, man. He's not even a guest no more. We got DJ Iron Mike coming on. So as soon as he clicked that link, where do we got? Where do we want to start? We want to talk about breaking news, and then
man, we might as well get it over with.
They take that downtown cruise. Go ahead.
Blake Griffin has signed with the New York.
No, hold on. See, you already fucked up. See, stop it. See, stop it. You already fucked up that quick. Don't call them New York nothing, man.
The Brooklyn Nets.
Wow.
Whatever.
21 Warriors. They on some East Coast Warriors type shit.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Like loading up. I mean, like
yeah. Pretty much.
I can't. Criticize this move because in Miami back in 2010, for 4 years, Miami was kind of 2010. Miami was kind of picking up whoever they wanted, free agents, and even in football, my team being Tampa Bay, when you get Tom Brady, all the free agents want to come to you. So I can't really hate on this. Blake Griffin went to Detroit, got traded to Detroit, and he's kind of been obsolete for like the last 3 years, right? Like we haven't even remember Blake Griffin was in the league.
Has he ever been an all-star in Detroit?
No, I can't say that. I'm not going to say that off the top, but Detroit hasn't been good since he's been there. But I can't say whether he's been an all-star or not. But once he got traded from the Clippers, the highlights, Blake Griffin and everything, like he just disappeared off the map when he played for Detroit. Now that he's in Brooklyn, they're going to overhype every dunk that he does. He's back.
Hold on. If he can get a dunk off Blake, you see, Blake ain't been high rising Blake in a minute.
That's what I'm saying. Like this,
you might know that
he ain't the same Blake Griffin. No,
Jay, of course, but whatever Blake can give you might work for what they got. They already got 3 monsters.
Only thing though, to me, it would have been better if they would have tried to get Andre Drummond, but he'd probably be too expensive in a buyout because Blake is going to be all offense. He'll play no defense. and they already don't play defense.
Yeah, that's Brooklyn's problem. No,
that's what I'm saying. So it's just gonna be. Did they really need more offense? I think this is just like a insurance policy. Like, you know, you don't know what Durant gonna be when playoff time come.
I want to talk.
Blake could be, you know, Blake could just basically step in for him, small forward, power forward. But
I want to
talk.
Boogie Cousins supposed to be going back to the Warriors.
I want to talk a little about
possible.
KD and LeBron real quick, right? Because I see Blake Griffin on Brooklyn, and I'm like, LeBron James just can't catch a break. Let's be honest. This is supposed to be.
LeBron James can't catch a break.
Ever since the Warriors started this super team building, it just seems like every time
start that though.
No, they didn't. But I'm saying when the Warriors started it, when LeBron is about to repeat, they load up.
Right.
Now with the Lakers, with Anthony Davis, Brooklyn done loaded up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but I mean, he do the same shit. I mean, everybody else is going through what he's going through now. That's all. It's the same thing.
Yeah, he'd be all right.
I don't think so.
Be fine.
How? Like LeBron James, he tried to build super teams in the past. So what's the difference?
He did, but like for example, the Gasol move in the off season, right? They're like, oh man, he got Marc Gasol.
Oh no, that's not the same. No,
but they'll say, man, the Lakers loaded up. They about to repeat, bro. The guys they picked up ain't balling.
Marc Gasol can't jump over a piece of paper right now.
Yeah, but I remember what they were saying when they got Marc Gasol. Like, oh, they got that.
He used to be a beast though. That was my guy.
Yeah, but he old as hell now. Like,
but this is on Anthony Davis though. He was such a force. Like, he's better than all of the Brooklyn Nets. If he's on one, not better than KD.
No.
Okay.
I don't think he's better than KD, bro.
No. Don't get me wrong though. I'm not trying to shit on AD though, because he's nasty. Yeah. Top 5, but I think KD is the #1 sniper on the planet right now.
So y'all think that this is fair to LeBron, or it's LeBron does this all the time. So what about KD?
Being fair to LeBron, bro?
I don't know what a fair question. Yeah, I think it's just how the league goes. It's not about being fair to LeBron.
He said, do we think it's fair to LeBron though? Like, what kind of question is that? Like, who gives a fuck about it being fair to LeBron, bro? No disrespect to you, King Jaffe, Flaw.
No, you disrespect me.
It's a weird question. To be honest, it's a weird question.
Figure out where it's coming from. Like you said, is this fair to LeBron? Like we gotta be fair to him.
Nah, bro. I was called that nigga King Jaffe.
Was it fair when this nigga went to motherfucking Miami and did the big 3 and everybody else was struggling?
Yeah, what do you mean fair?
Was it fair when he did that?
That's what I'm saying.
God,
the Chicago Bulls were still favored. The Chicago Bulls were still favored to beat Miami. The Indiana Pacers was favored to beat Miami. The Boston Celtics was favored. Miami didn't load.
I don't know why.
I'm saying all the sports writers. I'm just saying this. When the Jordan doc dropped, it was like a shot at LeBron. I'm saying that if you turn on ESPN, only thing they talk about is LeBron's going to catch Jordan. That's the conversation. That's what I'm saying. This puts a dent in him catching 6. This puts a dent in it.
Yeah. Okay.
I get it. But this is all they talk about.
I guess we don't care.
Like, I don't give a fuck about it being fair to him or not, though, bro. Like, on some real shit.
Because he's a player just like everybody else. So I don't think of it as it not being fair to him.
Gotcha.
Because it's like when he got Anthony Davis, I didn't think the shit was fair to the Knicks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? Like, fair to him? Like,
but that's not fair that you would think that, because KD walked into the Knicks office and y'all turned him up.
No, he didn't. He didn't go like that, though.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what I heard.
He didn't go like that?
That's what
I
thought.
don't want to go into that story.
Okay,
but it didn't go exactly like that. It's not like they told him no. And plus, this nigga, and plus is a little different because he was coming off a Achilles injury. Like, nobody comes from an Achilles injury like that.
And Dolan didn't want to give him all that money because he couldn't trust his Achilles, right?
Right.
Okay. Well.
But at the end, he said that the Knicks wasn't really an option. It was always the Nets. So
okay,
it always depends. Like, do you believe in the reporters or do you believe what he said to us? Like,
that's
himself?
Like in 2010, LeBron went to visit the Knicks too. He was never going there. But I'm gonna go down with you.
Yeah, he was never going there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That so it's not like I never thought KD was an option for the Knicks ever.
So what about KD surrounding himself with so much help? Do we care about that? Like, his 2 championships in Golden State came loaded. This Brooklyn Nets is going to be loaded if they win.
Is it him surrounding? Is it him saying that bring Blake over here, or you know what I'm saying, or is it just like you saying him? KD surrounded himself with this help.
That was my question. Thank you, great one.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Well, it's a lot of
people. It's a lot of people to voice in that organization. You got to think about Steve Nash is the coach now. Sean Marks came from the Spurs. He did a pretty good job for the Nets for the past couple of years. So I don't think KD is calling any shots like that, especially coming from an injury. And we really don't even know how he's going to be when playoff time.
Well,
like the man who should be calling shots really is James Harden right now.
Well, Kyrie Irving and KD set this up allegedly while they were in Golden State.
Right.
Allegedly, KD campaigned for James Harden to come. So the only thing he didn't do was ask for Blake Griffin. Just saying he's still loaded. He went to a loaded. Yeah. KD with Kyrie.
KD gonna always have an asterisk by his name in some people's eyes because he went to Golden State. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. To Flaw's point, it's not like I'm saying. I'm not saying that if KD didn't want James Harden there, he would be there though. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they asked him stuff like that, but I don't think he's making the ultimate decisions. If that makes sense.
Okay, of course.
So if KD didn't want Harden there, would he still be there?
No. You don't do that.
Yeah, you don't do.
That's why. I'm just
asking, bro. I'm just asking.
That's why Deshaun Watson wants out of the Houston Texans organization right now. Because if there's no input, if you're the team's best player, there's no input between you and the organization. Why should I want to be here? If I tell you you should interview these, not saying that you have to hire them, but I would like you to at least look at these.
Giving you your input,
input. So they just basically take it, say and then don't do it. Okay, I don't want to be here anymore then. So now that's the problem.
And the owners are racist, so.
That too. See, I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to talk about that.
I know your character, buddy, and not only are you're not doing what I'm asking, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know who y'all are.
I know who you are.
They ran that organization to the toilet for the past couple of years. So Deshaun Watson was out. Yes.
I'll say this about
going now.
This don't guarantee them a championship because they play no defense and they still small. Like Blake is still small. They might not rebound, and it is what it is.
The only thing I think they could get out of the East, I think the only trouble is the Lakers.
The East, the Lakers.
They gonna get out the East.
I'm saying Brooklyn. I think the problem is not getting out of the East. I think they're going to get out of the East. I think the only thing stopping them from getting a championship is Anthony Davis.
That's it? The only thing?
Yeah.
KD and LeBron's going to cancel each other out. We saw that for the last.
That's what I'm saying. Like LeBron can't beat all of them by himself. That's what I'm saying. So
who is the second best team in the East right now? Because I don't watch basketball right now.
Philly and Milwaukee.
Yeah, technically it's like
Philly and Milwaukee. So do any of those teams have a chance of beating Brooklyn?
Not in the 7-game series, yo.
Milwaukee, no.
Too much firepower.
Teams are deep enough.
The only thing I can see is maybe if Embiid go crazy.
Go crazy.
He got to go crazy, and he got to stay healthy too.
He got to average 50 and 20. 50 points.
Yeah, he got to go crazy because can't nobody on the planet play him, so he got to go crazy.
He's got to get 50 and 20. And Ben Simmons got to make 2 threes a game.
Oh, see, so AKA it ain't happening.
They're gonna lose, bitch. So
he won't even shoot 2 jump shots outside of the paint a game.
He can't.
So Coming to America 2 was released on Prime. Coming to America 2, or is it just coming to? I don't know.
Coming to America.
Oh, okay,
the number 2 America. Yeah.
Okay, so coming to America.
Yeah, put the emphasis on the 2.
Yeah, dropped on Amazon Prime. A day early at that. Did all 4 of us see it? Jay, did you watch it, Jay?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
I watched it. You heard the energy in his voice.
Yo, my timeline was going crazy.
Yeah, and which is a good thing. I saw a lot of mixed reviews, but I think that because we kept talking about it, it just kept the energy going and going and going. And that's what you want for like a huge film and a movie as such. Like 33 years in the making, Coming to America deserved the day. Whether you liked it or you didn't like it, it deserved all of the trending energy that it got. This is the social media era, and this is how information spread. No matter where you went, everybody had a post about Coming to America. And if I'm Eddie Murphy, I'm cool with that. It's not about because even if you didn't like it, you watched it. So
right, that's what it's for. That's what they make it for.
Yeah.
So you can watch it whether you like it or not. They make it for a motherfucker to watch it. So they did their job.
So what's our
now?
So do you want to actually critique the movie, or do you just want to
forget my kids? They're acting crazy.
Do you think, baby?
I hear.
I don't know why people was expecting this to be better than the first one. Like all I see was a lot of negative. Like, oh, it ain't the first one. Why? Like it wasn't supposed to be like the first one. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. It's a sequel. Like
right.
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
think people definitely shouldn't have thought that it was going to be the first one. I didn't like it just because I didn't like it. I thought it was corny.
I didn't think it was corny though.
I didn't like it at all.
I think it could have been better. The son fucked it up for me, man. He like
really cheesy.
He
was really cheesy.
Hell yeah.
All can agree on
one. Got young DC Fly, bro.
If we all can agree on one thing, then I think they gave the Prince, the son, too much of a run in the movie. Because the scenes where Eddie and Arsenio and the barbershop and the dad and like Brandy Watts, all of it was entertaining to me. When he said that boy good, I laughed. That boy good.
I don't like. I understand that, but I'm not a huge fan of all the callbacks. You had to make a callback to every fucking joke that was in the movie.
Jokes kind of over and over again. Like they had fans come back and do their same shit. Like I wasn't feeling that part. Like we could have.
Nah, that was dope.
I'd have been hyped without that.
Nah, that was dope. That was dope. Bringing that back. It's just like you said, the Prince part. Like his son. That shit was cheesy as hell.
Yeah,
But then you also got to put together who his mom was. So he had to be basically his mom's son. You get what I'm saying? Because she was wild, so he had to be wild. Because he like the way he was raised. I like the little interview scene. It was cool. It's just that I had to sit back and look at it that it was PG-13 versus rated R.
More family oriented, yeah.
It was more family oriented, yep.
Randy Watson looked like Rasputia had the lap band surgery and was transitioning to a man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
But I was also
Roland made a good point. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Nah, I wasn't in a space of. I was just in a space of let me check this out, and I was also laying down. So it wasn't like I was up ready to laugh. I did laugh though. I laughed, especially when the part when he got back in bed. Like every man that been through that got in bed still expecting some pie and shit.
Yeah.
So
that part was funny, yo. Wesley Snipes was the gem of this whole movie, though. To me,
Wesley Snipes was hilarious. Whose auntie is this?
Word is life.
I laughed. I was laughing at shit like that. I wasn't
laughing at Wesley.
Michael Blackson intro.
I thought that was funny. I thought Michael Blackson was funny.
What about the Rick Ross cameo? How y'all feel it?
Hey yo,
man,
that's what he's supposed to do. Know what I'm saying? Like,
in my house?
He said that he was upset about his performance. He said he didn't think he did a good. You had one line. Like you had
for you to have a line in
movie.
For you to have a line in anything, you are not an actor. Shut up. Like,
but that's telling you that I'm passionate about this.
Word.
Like,
General,
you were in my house.
All he said was the nigga going to get his son. Like, nigga, it went on. Yeah, I didn't think my part was that good. I wanted to do it over. They said it was good. Nigga, shut up.
Yeah, but that's him creating a safety net for himself because he know the internet gonna kill him.
Right.
That's just what the internet does.
That's all.
So
I'm gonna tell you. That's what every artist do. Like, yeah, my performance wasn't all that. That's what every boxer say after they get knocked out at the end. Like, last night I didn't sleep well, right? So my shoulder was hurting. I slept on it wrong. Like, nigga, that has nothing to do with you getting knocked out, nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, I was expecting Khaled to pop up somehow, some way. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know why.
That would have made it even worse.
I know. It made it super trash, man.
You're in Zamunda, baby, not Miami.
Yo, and why? Hold on, but why does Zamunda gotta be sponsored by Puma? Like, I didn't get that part.
I didn't see that part.
It's the bag.
She had a Zamunda issue training tracksuit on, man. That shit was crazy. Everybody had Puma on. My man had Puma under the shit, like he had the Puma chain dangling. It was just all product placement. I didn't like that shit, man. I'm sorry.
What the movie was, because Pepsi. They did the Pepsi shit in there.
Mad product placement. You could tell it was they didn't really have a good budget. Like you could tell that you didn't notice all the African shots was shot a little different than the New York shots. It looked different.
No,
it's a reason for that, man. Like, they look a little different, man.
One, they can't recoup the money back. Really, think about it. They're not recouping the budget, the money back from the box office. You know what I'm saying?
This went straight to fucking streaming.
That's what I'm saying. They money coming from motherfuckers who got Amazon Prime and shit like that.
Wait a minute. Well,
everything goes straight to streaming.
Amazon Prime paid a bag. I think it was like, I can't even lie or guess the bag, but he actually got a lump sum. But this is why you go out. This is why you go out and you get the son. Like, this wasn't an expensive cast. You know what I'm saying? So like, I can pay y'all a few $100,000 to do this. Y'all wasn't like this cast is. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like even though I said I didn't like it. Even though I said I didn't like it, but I'm not one of the ones that expected the shit to be raw though. Like I didn't expect it to be like part one and it to be the funniest movie of the year and shit like that. Like I saw the trailer. I saw the trailer and was like, oh, I know what this is. Like I already know what it was after the trailer dropped.
It's just funny to me.
It's kind of like I don't know, man. I think people reading too much into it and just it had too high expectations based on the first movie, bro.
I wonder if they discussed actually killing off one of the barbershop dudes.
What?
Because they was old as shit. They was old as shit. Bro. This 33 years later.
Like you niggas got
that white dude was old as fuck back in 1988.
Yeah, but
he ain't changed no look, bro. He looked the same.
But if that's the case, then all the barbers should have been like cut loose. Like we talking about, they was old 33 years ago.
Right. But I'm saying though, like
they had to make that call. They had to make the call back to that joke though.
That one
died. The movie would have been whacked out, bro. Without them in the movie would have been whacked, yo.
Hey, let's go.
Really whack.
It was just funny. Like it comes on, man. Floyd Mayweather ain't shit. It's just funny. I just laugh at shit like that. Man, I thought it was man. Floyd Mayweather.
Eddie Murphy is a genius at playing all black dudes. He a genius at playing characters, bro. Like for real. Like whether you like him or not, bro, he knows how to play characters, bro. For real. That's like what made the movie funny to me.
Like that part when he ran up on his son and he had that jacket on. He just sitting there, standing there.
That was stupid. I didn't think that was funny at all. Yo. Where you get all that shit from? Like, I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm goofy. Bro, I guess. Yeah.
Bro, you a prince. Think about it. You a prince, bro.
My guy. My guy.
My boy. My boy.
All right, we're in.
DJ Iron Mike is in the building. We talking about Coming to America 2. Did you watch it?
I had to pop him in quick too. I was like, let me get him on before he popped off again. We was in mid-sentence. Hold on, let me get Mike in.
So I DJ'd 3 nights in a row.
Okay.
And last night I got home about 11 o'clock, went straight to Amazon Prime. I had the same exact connection issues that I just had for the last half hour. So needless to say, I did not yet watch it. And I'm looking forward to watching it maybe tonight.
Okay.
Because I've never seen such a divided opinion on something.
Right.
There's so many people that are saying they hated it. So many people saying that they enjoyed it. So I'm gonna make up my own mind, and hopefully I like it.
Right. My only negative thing was
spoiler alert. It's not funny as the first one.
I'm prepared. I'm prepared for that, just because most things aren't as funny as they were in the 80s. But I think there will still be a good movie somewhere in this, and I'd like to see where all the characters are at this point in time.
It's PG-13, Mike. Like it's
PG-13.
What's
like? Huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the first one? All right, I'm like, there were titties in it.
But then to Jerrell's point, it was kind of cheesy though. Like the beginning, first couple scenes was kind of cheesy, and like I get what he's saying. Like it's cheesy and like it shouldn't have been done, but it wasn't a bad movie though, bro. Jerrell hated it. Not Flaw, Jerrell. He hated it.
I'll say this though. I'm watching the movie and I'm like, it's exhausting being royalty. I mean, I don't need 100 people to wake me up in the morning. I don't need 100 beats. Like, you know, it's exhausting.
What the fuck is wrong?
Very
Do you
exhausting.
need the royal bathers? Do you need the royal bathers?
I disagree with him on that because I actually turned on.
Check roll. Check roll.
The only difference is the pitties.
I actually put on Coming to America 1, and this guy was like, can he bathe himself? I will never get tired of being bathed by beautiful women. It's just not going to happen.
To be honest, I don't think I like that shit.
Man,
not all the time.
I think like anything else, it'll get old, bro.
It'll get old as hell.
The first
like
20 days, you're gonna be like, man,
I was an adult.
You ain't washing me right. Like
I was an adult when I realized she said the royal penis was clean, Your Highness. I was a fucking adult.
And then he brought that, but I ain't gonna spoil it for Mike.
Nah, it's okay. Yeah, like I said, I'll probably watch it tonight. And I'm going to try to come in with an open mind, try to watch it with 2021 vision. I assume that they're trying to sort of cater to a family audience a little bit more than the first one.
It's basically the PG-13 product placement version of the first one.
And let's keep it a stat. It looks like Eddie Murphy is trying to clean his act up. I mean, one of the last interviews I seen him do, he said he hated his stand-up because of the verbiage that he used. And he told Kevin Hart that he's working on a stand-up now, which we know it's not going to be like Raw or Delirious. It's not going to be like none of that.
No, it shouldn't.
Well, Coming to America,
like 60 years old, bro.
But to me, he's too. I get you.
Want him to do it, bro.
I get you. Well,
want him to go back to stand-up.
We want, or do we want him to go back to
stand-up? Yeah, I would like him to go to stand-up.
I'd like to see it.
I do.
If you're a fan,
if you're saying you don't like the way you did Raw and Delirious, then I'm not looking forward to the fucking washed.
Well, nah, I don't believe
but
that.
If you funny, bro, it don't matter.
Yeah, if you funny, you funny.
Bro,
like
funny, like
that's just he's just in a different mindset now. It was 40 years ago.
He got kids, he got 10 kids, like and grandkids.
The way
he's about to be 60 years old. Like,
the way he does impersonations is hilarious. He can tell us he can tell us the true story about what happened with Prince in the basketball game. Like there's a lot that he can touch on.
You gotta think about
He can tell us the true story about what happened in Las Vegas, nigga.
When Delirious came out, I
don't think we're getting that story.
No, we're not getting that.
We gonna get that story. I guarantee you.
When Delirious came out, he was like what, 19, 20 years old?
And that was
he better not have the same perspective as he did when he was a teenager. Yeah. Like I don't want him to.
Not the same perspective, but fam, like don't sit there and be like, oh, I don't like what I did in the verbiage. Like, man, shut the fuck up. You're a comedian, dog.
What? So damn, you can't have a change of heart about some shit you did back in the day, bro.
Nigga, you did it already, bro.
He sounds like his impression of Bill in Raw chastising himself.
Yeah, but you could do that to yourself.
Yeah.
The thing about Bill, you was telling Bill to shut the fuck up. You can't tell yourself to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go over there, have a Coke with a smile. I mean, you got to tell other people that.
And Bill was telling this nigga that at like what, 21, 22 years old?
Right.
You feel me? Shut up, have a Coke with a smile. Like if he'd have told him that at 50, I don't think he would have had the same, comeback. Like
for me, on this Eddie Murphy comeback. My Name is Dolomite. I highly enjoyed coming to America. I enjoy. I think he's on fire right now. It's my guy, and I can't wait to see the stand up. I was just saying that we asked for it. I just thought that was something that he put out there. Like, yo, I want to do another stand up. So, and I can't wait to see that because I think it's going to be great. Because I think Eddie is just great.
I think a lot of people been asking for that stand up, bro. I think people been asking for that stand up for a long time, bro. He just didn't want to do it for a while. Now it's
Let's
keep it real. Before Dolomite, bitch, and before this Coming to America, all his movies was trash before this, bro. What was the last best movie he had before this?
He took another direction.
Dave was trash, bro.
He took a different direction.
Dave was trash.
Disney movie.
Dave was
Money.
Trash. Remember Meet Dave?
Who? Wait, who?
Meet Dave. Meet
Dave.
Remember that movie?
Okay.
Mike remember that movie. Wasn't it trash, Mike?
He's made 40 movies. He's going to have some duds in there. Norbert wasn't trash.
Nutty Professor was good.
I'm talking about after all that. I'm talking about the last recent movies in the last 5 years, the movies that he came out with, bro.
Shout out to
the last 5 years.
Shout out to Tyree in the chat. That's Tyree right there. I literally just watched the movie. It wasn't bad.
Jerrell, the only one with his purple ass wall talking about the movie was bad and shit, though, man.
What, Coming to America? I didn't like that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not saying that Eddie Murphy
Did you laugh at any parts?
Yo, yeah, I'm not saying that, I giggled at a few parts, but overall, I didn't like it. That's all. I'm not saying it was terrible and people shouldn't watch it and stuff like that. I'm not watching it again. I'm good.
So that's basically what you're saying.
I want to
see it already.
I want to watch it. I'm just expecting them to be like, here's Randy Watson, and then here's this character. Like, that's going to be the big
all callbacks to the first one.
Yeah,
and then all the other shit was corny.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting.
But it's crazy, though, you say that, though, Jerrell, because if anybody would have been left out, you would have had other people saying, where was this person? Where was that person? So you have some people who are happy that they got to see the original cast and what they're up to now. And you got, some people are just like, yo, you just brought everybody back. Like, you're not gonna make everybody happy. Good thing Eddie Murphy probably doesn't have a Twitter. He doesn't know nothing that's happening. He's enjoying his life.
Oh nah.
He know.
I think that's
he's got people.
That's the thing about being that famous. Even though I didn't like it, I'm not saying that's what I was saying before. That I'm not saying that everybody shouldn't go see it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure mad people love this shit.
Yeah,
it's all good.
It does, whether you love it or hate it. I got so many plays. Like they're gonna give him more offers.
Yeah, this is a win for Eddie.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's definitely a win. Yes,
that's what I was saying when we first started because it got so much traction on social media, whether it was good or bad. Everybody was talking about Coming to America.
And it was free if you had Prime, bro. It was free.
Yeah, I got Prime. So.
I got Prime, bitch. I watched it twice. Like,
you want to know what else was free? I got a story to tell. Biggie Doc dropped on Netflix a week ago, and boy, oh boy, was this a fire doc? It's a doc that it's the 10th doc since Biggie's passing, and we was looking like, is this going to what new information is going to be on this doc that we never knew? But it turned out to be a great doc. Turned out to be a good one. It focused on Biggie's life, not so much on Paak. Not so much on the negative, just so much on the positive. Where Biggie got his style from, just Biggie's mind state as a child growing up, his mother, more in-depth look at his mother, on how, she, listen, you know what? No disrespect, Ms. Wallace. I'm gonna move on. His friend, Junior Mafia, she got a story to tell herself. Like that's a strong woman in a sense, but at the same time, there's a lot of things that was kind of like crazy to hear. The doc was fire. And what's going on, fellas? What do we think of this documentary?
Man,
you watched
a lot to say about this documentary.
You watched it last, right? It took a minute for you to watch it, Jerrell, right? From Brooklyn.
Yeah, the reason it takes me a minute to watch stuff from Biggie because that's my guy. Like, I don't even put him on the artist category for me. Like, he's more of a, I don't know, idol, you could say. Like, I don't even put him on the list as like my favorite artist and stuff like that. So Biggie's my guy. So it's hard for me to watch stuff like that. But this was way more enjoyable than the other ones because of all the stuff that you said. This was basically how he grew up. Mad footage from D-Rock that we didn't see. Shout out to all that. Yes. Like I'd never seen any of that footage before.
Yeah,
and I've seen everything.
He was sitting.
So he was just sitting on it all this time waiting for this.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to talk to you guys about the actual funeral procession.
Okay.
Because they focused on that a lot. And I showed these pictures that I got from the doc.
Yeah, I remember the video of them riding through playing Hypnotized.
Bro, I remember the day this shit happened, bro. I ain't go to school this day. We watched this shit on TV at somebody's crib.
Now,
bro.
I wanted to tell you this too, because I never told this story before. I was actually there, and I actually skipped school to go. At the time, I was a senior in high school. Biggie died on March 9th, like everybody know. This was on the 18th, I believe. It was a Tuesday. I was 17. It was after football season, so I didn't care about skipping school or anything like that. So I didn't care about that. So I went, and I didn't end up getting on St. James. That's what he actually grew up on. I ended up stopping on Fulton because it was so many cops there that you couldn't get to that street even if you wanted to. Like, at least by the time that I got there, and I got there early. So, and the reason I'm from there, so it was nothing for me to actually hop on the train to go there. Mm-hmm. And I had to do that. I went by myself. I didn't tell nobody. I cried when I was there. Whole bunch of people crying in the street. It was a whole bunch of cops there. Whole bunch of people got beat up. Yes, like that's. I was going to show you. I have a video too. That I'm gonna show you guys. It's a little quick video. It's like 3 minutes
taking
long.
Taking their frustration out on niggas, like.
Nah, it's not that. It's just I don't know. But the cops is there. Hold on. Let me see if I can. When the cops is there and anything, so you know how it is when there's a whole bunch of black people around. Mm-hmm. Cops obviously get spicy. Mm-hmm. So, hold on. Let me see if I can get this up. And we could talk over and stuff, but it's about 3 minutes.
Bad boys, bad boys.
We want to show respect. Everybody, right?
Yeah, they had people out there. The preacher was out there with a megaphone.
You see all these cameras all around here. When the pictures go across the world, you got cameras from all across the world. When the pictures go across the world, we want those pictures to show that we know how to show respect for our own. This is Biggie's blood. That's why we're here. We are here because of Biggie, and we want to show him respect.
Crazy. No.
So that's the hearse and the funeral party. And you can see the cops telling people to push back.
Them niggas behind a barricade. They gotta push back.
So that, this video just show you how many people. This is actually on his street on St. James. I couldn't even get this close to there. Like I saw the hearse drive by and everything, but I wasn't on this street. I was around the corner.
Where's this footage from? Because it wasn't on the dock, right?
No, I wasn't on the dock. I had to get this from somewhere else.
We got exclusive footage.
Oh yeah, this is exclusive right here, bro.
Y'all gotta watch the YouTube to get the exclusive footage. Y'all listening on Apple Podcasts, y'all missing out.
So then this part, kind of shows you what was going on too with the cops, how rowdy it got.
Is there like 6 cops on one guy? Huh?
It's always like that.
Yeah, we know how it's
because cops will never be in a situation where the streets is going to get too overwhelmed. So they almost have to do that. Like the streets was crazy that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all units report to St. James and Fortune.
Basically.
Come on, guys, get that out of here. You're gonna get hurt. You can film me, okay? You're gonna get hurt.
It's almost over.
Yeah.
Remember Newport ads?
We're here for Biggie Small. We're here for Biggie Small. I know, baby.
Remember, stay Newport boxes up and send it in and get hats and glasses and shit.
This is stupid, man. This is cold stupid.
That's the basic gist of it.
He said that
just
was
wanted to get you guys how it was.
Stupid. The slang, man. I love the way we have moved on from certain slang. Code stupid. You know what I mean? That was code stupid. Yeah. That was some exclusive footage that not too many other people have, which is it was dope. I hate seeing hearses, especially when you know who's in it. You know what I mean? Like regardless if you was there or not, you're like, damn.
It was the ride there was actually okay because people on the train, it wasn't just me. I could tell that was a whole bunch of other people going to the same place. You could you could tell people playing music on the train and shit. But on the way back, it was like, I don't know, everything was all quiet because it was like the final thing. Like that's when it actually hit everybody. That was it. Like I went to Fulton, stayed there for a few hours, and then went right back to Jersey. Went to Penn Station, went back to Jersey.
You know what? I'm not gonna get into that. Probably did or you didn't. But I hope you took care of yourself after that. Sounds like that hit you hard.
Well, I mean, no. To be honest, no, I didn't take care of myself then.
I just didn't want to put that.
I was a teenager then. I was 17.
But even though I felt you didn't, I just didn't want to put that on you. Like I know you didn't do nothing about it.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. Okay. We go through trauma like that all the time.
Yeah, it's not right though.
Yeah.
It's not right though.
It's not right.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's a celebrity, somebody you've never met. I hate that. Oh, you guys never knew. I don't care who I never knew.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
It affected me. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
I know grown men that cried when Kobe passed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I'm about to say that.
People in their 40s and stuff.
That's 20 years of somebody's life growing up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
exactly.
Iron Mike, talk to me, baby.
I enjoyed the doc. I love the footage. I love the pictures. It was better than I expected. If you're somebody that isn't as familiar with the Notorious B.I.G., I don't think that's the first thing you should watch, though. I think it's more for the fans, people that want the next step into learning more about his career and about his life. I like the Jamaican stuff. I never really heard those stories. The trips to Jamaica, I thought that was interesting.
Remember when his uncle was singing? That was his son standing next to him?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right on the left-hand side. That was his son.
They didn't really bring his kids too much into it, which I thought maybe they should have, but maybe that's their choice. But yeah, I like hearing more from Damien D-Rock, because he's in the background of like every picture. Like he was always there. So he's kind of got this mystique about him. I would say more so than some of his other close friends. Some of those guys, they don't look like they're in the best of shape, unfortunately.
Right. Because they were real street people. That's why.
Yeah.
Right. But
none
of them are musicians.
We got to hear the story about his man O, the real story from everybody who was around. Because we heard it on the record, and we knocked his Wayne up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that was interesting as well. Because I was always okay. Who's this guy? I haven't really heard much about him. Like, oh, okay, all right. I did think. Here's the thing. I think that you could have turned that doc into something similar to The Last Dance. I would have liked to seen the expansion of certain stories. That's my only gripe.
Right.
Like when they talked about North Carolina, that trip down there, that whole situation is an episode within itself.
I mean,
But
Quad City shootings.
He left the night before he got raided down there and shit.
How much can you actually say though on that trip to North Carolina?
I guess that might be the reason.
Statute of limitation is over, bro.
I'm not playing with that shit though. And would you?
That shit is over, bro. When
93 when that happened.
That was like 93, 94 type shit. Like that shit is over, bro.
I'd be scared to say anything.
Well, shit is different. So
But I do feel that they could have elaborated on certain things, but maybe it wasn't in the budget, or there's some other reasons.
A budget. My name Sean. Come on. Throw the book at it.
Sean produced this?
No, but when you say budget, like you owe me, like Bad Boy to me. That's my opinion.
Shit without,
I think they wanted to do this independently without Puffy though. Even though they interviewed him, I don't think business wise he had anything to do with it. I don't think.
Okay.
Right.
To my knowledge, I think they did that on purpose.
I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Cause they didn't need his money to make this. Like Big was big enough to have, they should have had money to make this. Okay. We deserve this. All that footage that D-Rock had, like his fans deserve this doc, no matter what the budget was.
How you sit on that for like 20 years, bro, and not put none of it out, bro, until this moment, yo? No, I would have been just like that shit would have been burning in my pocket. This would have happened.
My question is, who the fuck was suing him for Biggie Smalls?
Oh, the guy
wasn't Biggie Smalls.
It was a nigga named Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, it was another dude, so that's why he had to change his name.
Nigga took him to court. Say he gonna sue him for everything he got, bitch.
That's crazy. But then when his mom called him a bastard, I don't know why that was funny to me.
Oh, with the mashed potatoes.
Oh, that's real though.
Yeah.
Rick Ross.
Real.
Rick Ross got sued for being Rick Ross. Like this thing, like things like this happen. Some people don't want you using their name.
Shout out to the real freeway Rick Ross though.
He didn't win, but I'm just saying, like if I wake up and there's a rapper or somebody using my name, like who are you? I'm suing. I just think that's normal. Right. I ain't tripping on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Nigga named DJ Big J. He don't even DJ. Nigga, who is you?
He's gonna be super mad.
To Jay's point, like he ain't gonna have no problem with it, right?
Yo, it's like,
stop
it, I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't know, bitch.
They ain't Joseph.
Nah, my nigga.
He don't even DJ. It's just I'm DJ.
You don't care, bro.
Nah, nigga, that's identity. That's identity, bro. Like,
right.
But I just didn't know that. Like, because I was watching like the clip and he was like, yeah, don't, you know, I'm Notorious BIG. I'm Big. Biggie, I'm just not Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls is a character anyway, though. Like even Big didn't make that name up. That's a character in a movie. That was in
the Mac
Uptown Saturday Night, I think.
Uptown Saturday Night.
I think it was Uptown Saturday Night. Like he didn't make that name up.
Here's my thing, right?
Shut up, man. Nigga, my mom used to have me watching them shits on Sunday morning.
Here's my thing, right? Big is the greatest. That's a fact. But then there was some points that was made to where I go, wow, if you throw that in there, this is an undisputed fact on why he.
Yo, Big was nasty, man.
Yeah, but it's not the being nasty part. The part that got me.
You talking about when the jazz dude was teaching?
No. The part that got me was, did y'all hear him rapping earlier? He sounded like Slick Rick LL a little bit, right?
Or Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane to me. Like he was you could tell he was a Big Daddy Kane fan. That's what we all rapped like in Bed-Stuy.
But then he morphed. He created his own flow.
Yes.
So now I didn't get my style from nobody, and nobody can duplicate this style.
Like nobody can tell me Big sounded like anybody else when he came out.
So when shout out to that jazz dude in his building, bro. That used to, school him and shit.
Right.
In Brooklyn, how like his rap patterns was like drum solos and jazz type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that was dope to me, yo.
So when you put that out there, that his style, like he just created his own style. Like they said, Nas sounds like Rakim. Jazzo and Jay-Z, like there was some connection there, right?
Until Jay-Z changed his style too.
He changed his style, but you know what I mean? So there was always something from somebody. You know
Big ain't sound like nobody when he first came out.
Like nobody.
Right. Like when he was younger, but once he polished his flow as a rap.
Yeah, that's a fact. I was gonna say something. So it was the flow. Oh yeah, and we got a more in-depth visual, like a more in-depth description of his battle where he battled the kid, right? The guy that came to a block. It's like Big Supreme. It's like you had Supreme who was pop locking. You 5'4", you skinny, yet you got Big 6'4". The side Big. So basically, what I'm saying is, not only did he have his own style, his own voice, Big's body is what he is. Hip hop. He looked like his presence. He stands over you. His voice is more powerful than yours.
He sounded just like his voice sounded. Like he looked exactly how he looked like his voice. Yeah, he looked like his voice sounded. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So not only did he have the size, the build, and everything, and like so when they say all of that, I'm like, what? Not only did we know he was the GOAT, but when you add on to all of that, like you can't recreate this. Like Big Pun was nasty, but he was short. You get what I'm saying? Like this guy might be nasty, but you ain't from Brooklyn. You can't Big had everything. The fact that he was from Brooklyn.
Well, think about if you Diddy, right, and you hear the tape, and he was like, "This is the best rapper in the world. This is the best rapper I've ever heard."
Yeah,
and then you actually go meet him. Like you hear that on tape, but then once you go meet Big, you almost could tell that he's a superstar, yo. I don't know, just by his personality.
His charisma,
his personality, the way he acts towards people.
It's everything.
I like the fact that Puff said he made him rap for him. As soon as he got there, the first thing he did, rap.
Oh, yeah, that's just the era. You had to do that.
He said he couldn't believe what he heard. He said it sounded so good what he heard, but he thought it was a fluke. Like, you know what I mean? He had to have him rap for him, yo. Like, that's wow, bro. That's crazy.
You had to do that because back then when you was getting tapes, remember, it was no visuals. So you can't, if somebody come in your office talk about they want a record deal and they give you a tape, well, how am I supposed to just believe this tape? You got to rap in front of me face to face. There's no video of you doing this.
And remember what Suge Knight used to do. You'd walk into his office. Yo, Suge, let me get a deal. He said, "Okay, spit. If it's trash, we're gonna kick your ass." Like that's the thing. It's just
wait, what? Word?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember Corrupt saying that, and that was a true story.
Yeah, if your boys was trash, right? You out, man.
They said they threatened to throw Corrupt off the roof. Corrupt was like, I gotta spit these bars. Or I'm gonna get thrown off the roof like dude did in 5 Heartbeats. Remember Bird and Midnight Falcons?
Yeah. Business hours of what?
Big Red almost threw him off the goddamn window.
He hung Vanilla Ice off the balcony.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I heard that. Yeah, now that you mentioned it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get your bars off. What did you think of the doc? What did you get from the doc? What did you?
The doc was informative because you got to see a big story outside of all the beef. Because every time we hear big story, we hear Paak name,
right?
We hear the East Coast, West Coast.
Exactly.
It was wild, refreshing to just hear who he was as a man from the people who was around him and what his mind state was when he was making these records and coming out of the trenches and going into superstardom. I appreciated that more than anything, bro. Just to not hear how the beef. I mean, they touched on the beef a little bit towards the end type shit, you know what I'm saying? But the whole doc wasn't based around that shit, and that's what I liked about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really too much outside of the Jamaica stories and really the hood stories that they was telling that I didn't know already. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, I feel like how Mike said it could have been longer. It was like 90 minutes or some shit like that. Like it definitely felt like it could have been longer. It felt like we was cliff hung on some stories type shit. You know what I'm saying? But overall, it was fire. I watched it twice already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say that to be negative. I just always want more. Like it was. I was intrigued by so much. Like, I'm like, give me more. I want more of that story.
And that sounds crazy, being that this is like the 100th doc. Yeah, right. So like they finally got it right now. Like
that's why I told you I didn't want to see it. I told you I didn't want to watch this.
Because
we kind of showed me that I haven't seen before.
Like what story are they going to say that we don't know already? Type shit.
Right.
I mean,
but they got us though. With that. Like, hey Jay, before you go out again, Jay, what you thought of the doc? All right, next topic.
Jesus Christ!
So
he said, "Badoop," and just.
DJ Iron Mike came up with a DJ Iron Mike came up with a tremendous idea, man. Before Biggie's passing, man, after I think he released Life After Death, which is a double album, which is considered 2 albums. So technically, Big has 3 albums. Double album is considered 2 albums.
Jay back, get him. What
they said.
Get him. Hey Jay.
Oh no.
Hey Jay.
I'm seeing a steering wheel. Don't crash.
I'm seeing a stomach, yo.
Jay.
Stop.
Is Mike on?
Hey Jay. You there?
No.
It's hard.
Forget Jay.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. AirPods. We need to upgrade to the 3rd generation. Yeah. So we can get to the Life double album. Technically 3 albums. A double album is considered 2. And it was for contractual reasons. I remember they said Tupac did it because he had 3 album deal with Death Row and he did 2 real quick. Machiavelli was supposed to be 3. He's supposed to be out of there doing his own thing. So Big has 3. Right. But we're going to we will take the 24, the 26. I don't know how many songs there was on Life After Death.
24.
And 24 songs. We're going to make a 10-song album of Ready to Die. A collective of 10 songs. Life After Death, my bad. Life After Death. And we're about to get it started right now. Who's up first? Bring that list up.
Bam.
Mike, you up first, baby. Give us your 10.
All right, let's go. It was my idea, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So the reason why I said, let's do 10, because Big J was like, come on, man. He's like, can we do 12 or 14? I'm like, what's the point in that? That's not fun. That doesn't create a discussion.
Right.
So yeah, I wanted to break this down to 10. And let me be honest here. I would say, there's an interlude or 2. 21 out of these are all good to me. Like they're really the only song I don't really care for might be Player Hater, and he's just kind of being
I don't like
comedic.
that.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of like a joke track.
Right.
Not a huge fan of Another. I know you guys were playing that earlier. All right, so let me take it from the top.
Okay. First track. Hold on, Mike. This is your exercise. But is this supposed to be like? This is supposed to be like an album, like it's supposed to be sequenced. We're going in order, like how we want the album to sound.
We can do that.
That's how we. I think that's how we interpreted it.
Right. I was more like with the advantage of hindsight because we have 24 years now. In the next couple of weeks that that we can look back and say, all right, what will we keep? What will we leave off? If we were given the chance to pick just 10 tracks to put on this album, if you're going to do it in sequential order, it kind of, I need those intros and interludes. You know what I mean? If we're making like a real album, but
got you.
But you can do it however you want it. Everybody's up to their own interpretation here.
That's, I'm about to say, because I did mine in interludes included.
And I'm interested to hear that. So, but I'll just go in the order that I have on my little notepad. All right. So I got to go Hypnotize. That's a guarantee. And I'll give you a quick story. The first party I ever DJ'd was on March 7th. And
wow.
Yeah. And I didn't even have turntables yet. It was just CDs and tapes, and it was something I kind of got thrown into. I could tell that whole story another day. But halfway through the party, somebody gave me a DJ Clue tape. Now I didn't have any of the big songs yet from this album because it wasn't released yet. So I had a good collection, but I didn't have these songs. So I pop in the Clue tape and I'm listening to it, queuing it up while something else is playing. And I'd already heard Hypnotize maybe like a day or two before. I mean, this is the week that it came out. Like it hit big. I rewound the tape, got right to the beginning of Hypnotize. I dropped that, and that whole place, this apartment, probably like 100 teenagers, all 15, 16-year-old like myself at the time, exploded. It was like,
man, huh? You was the man, huh?
Man.
Yeah, he was the man.
It was I'm getting chills thinking about it. And as a DJ, that's something that you quest for every single time that you play a song. In reality, is you want that feel, you want that reaction, and the place exploded. So and we know the rest is history with that song. It was immediately an anthem. Right. And the same thing goes for Mo Money, Mo Problems. You have to have that. People could. It didn't even need the Tiger Woods parody video and all that. Dancing with the.
Is that your number two?
With the shiny.
Number two?
You can put number two. That's my number two. Yeah, because when people heard that, when you heard that for the first time, I don't think anybody, could doubt how massive that record was going to be. When you hear that, and you could say it's a little cheesy if you're more of a lyricist type, but to leave that, I can't leave that off. It's impossible to me, at least. Maybe that's just DJ talking.
No, it's impossible to leave that off.
Right? All right, so I'm gonna go next. I got a story to tell. Great, just lyric. It's like you get Biggie at his finest here. The beat's great. Just real clever, witty, just little stories. I think he's got the John Starks reference in there, I believe, right?
That story has not been confirmed or denied to be John Starks, sir, but yes.
Okay, but that's
my first time hearing John Starks. I thought it was
what?
That's what I'm hearing.
He's the only person that was 6'5" on the team at that time, other than like Hubert Davis, I think.
No, he was smaller than that.
No, he was listed as 6'5" though, John Starks.
Really?
Just listed, yeah.
Okay.
He was really like 6'3" because I've seen him before.
Like AI was listed at 6 feet.
He was not. I seen him in person too.
But I got a story to tell.
At least. Great
album cut. So yeah, I gotta have that. Notorious Thugs, you can lock that down for me. For him to jump on a track that was totally designed for Bone Thugs and Harmony, and he just rips this flow like he's never done before. It's completely unique for him. And to me, he kills almost everybody in Bone doing what Bone does on a regular basis on their style of a track.
That's because you couldn't understand Bone.
No, I mean, if you really listen close to Bone, you can get it.
If you look at the lyrics, you understand this.
Here you go. Oh wow, okay. Now I get where to go.
If you gotta look at the lyrics,
you gotta read the lyrics.
Okay. One thing about Notorious Thugs though, I think he had already did another verse, heard Bone Thugs rap on it, and I think that was the only song that he redid his verse. Like the verse that you heard, the verse that you heard is the final verse, but he had another verse, like he redid it because of what he heard. He was like, "Nah, I gotta do something else."
I'm okay with that because the final product is a great exhibit of just perfect rapping, riding the beat, and being versatile. A lot of people talk about Jay-Z and Eminem when they did Renegade. And people were like, "Oh, M just, he killed Hove on that beat, man. He killed him on his own album and this and that." I'm sure everybody's heard that one time or another.
Right.
But I'm like, that's on an Eminem beat. It's a natural for him to come on his own territory and rip Jay-Z in his own track.
Not only is it Eminem beat, it was an Eminem song.
Right.
They just took Royce off and they put Jay-Z on.
I thought it was a Royce the 509 song.
Well, whatever. Like he did it, but it was really
it was a Royce song.
It was a Royce and M song, and they took Royce off. Right. But M did do the beat though.
So I bring that up just to show that this is kind of the opposite scenario where Big is stepping into somebody else's arena and doing what they're known for, but doing it really well. Right. Next, I got Sky's the Limit, which I like to refer to as Juicy Part 2. It has the same type of context. Right. It's probably one of the more feel good tracks of the album. I like hearing the stories involved, and there's a little bit of comedy in there.
Right, with the kids and stuff.
Yeah, good sample. They sampled Bobby Caldwell's "My Flame" on there. If you don't know that track, definitely check it out. And they sampled D-Train for the hook. But yeah, that's a good track. 10 Crack Commandments, gotta have that. I think that's probably the most well-known non-single by Biggie. If when you drop that anywhere, everybody knows that joint word for word. So to me, it's a must-have. Primo did the beat, absolutely classic. Next, I'm gonna go darker here. You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You. I gotta have that. Just I love the vibe of that song. I like on the actual album. I love how it closes the album. I couldn't go without that. To me, that's one of my favorite tracks. I gotta have Kick in the Door. Kick in the Door is absolutely necessary for me. He just kills it. To me, it's one of if you want the picture of a great rapper, to me, that's one of the records you show. Just a great MC doing what he does. And he throws a little jab at Nas at the beginning. I don't know if everybody knows that. That you're rain on the top of short like leprechauns.
Right. Leprechaun, bitch. Yeah.
I gotta have I Love the Dough. It's a personal favorite. You gotta have Hove on there. I like their connection. I like when they got together. Same as when they did Brooklyn's Finest.
Right.
Just a good club joint. To me, it's better than Nasty Boy. Even though Nasty Boy is, a great party record. But to me, I would rather, if I'm DJing a party with people that, a good hip hop crowd, I'd rather play I Love the Dough any day.
Cool.
And 10th and final, this is gonna be a surprise because some of these were hard to avoid. And like I said, I like almost every track on this album.
Okay.
Because unfortunately I had to leave off What's Beef, even though I know how important that is to people.
Come on, bring it home, Mike. I know what you're gonna say. Come on.
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
I do.
The number 10 is Wild Card. All right. The World Is Filled.
What?
It's my number 10.
Mm-hmm.
And here's why. Here's why. In hindsight, without this song, we don't get Jay-Z's I Just Want to Love You, at least the way we know it. All right?
Right.
I don't remember where we were, but me and Big J we're playing a party, and I threw this record on, which has always been a low-key favorite of mine on the album. And we get to the big verse. And when he kicks it off and says, when the Remy's in the system, he did the whole deal. Big J's face melted. He didn't know.
Because he didn't know.
Wow. Yeah, he melted off of his DJ melted off of his skull.
Now you see why I asked.
And he ran across the room. Flames shooting out of his shoes. And he's like, yo, I didn't know about that. And I was like, yeah, man, you didn't know he took that whole line. So yeah, I had to throw that story in there for everybody.
That is hilarious. That's hilarious and not supposed to be funny.
But hey, Flaw, you laughing a little too hard, buddy.
Shout out to my guy Mike in the chat. That was DJ Iron Mike's list.
I want to say we were at Brewster's. Does that make sense, Big J?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jay, you up next, man. You
laughing a little too fucking hard.
Jay, you up next.
Why would I be up next? The fuck? Why?
You want me to go?
I'll go. Shit, I don't care.
Nah, I got it. Nah, shut the fuck up. I got
Why? Because you're driving?
He ain't got it. He don't got a list. He didn't
have a list.
All right.
I did. Bitch, I told you I have 14 songs.
Okay.
You didn't fit. All right.
Now you do 10. You do 10.
Oh, I have to send it?
Shout out to Christopher Smith in the chat.
You gotta tell us.
Hey, one at a time. We about to write your track by track.
Yeah,
tell us.
No, I'm getting to it, nigga.
Okay. That's the homie DJ Spins.
Okay.
Flaw? Hold up, let me get to it.
Oh boy.
Check rolling out. Yo, even rolling impatient. Rolling ain't even on the show.
Jay,
you know Rolling ain't got that much time to be up, man. You know he got to be
Rolling ain't even on the show and he mad.
No, he got to take his wins one a day in a half hour, bro.
Hey Jay, everything I said was complete facts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So I have
number one.
Somebody's Gotta Die. Not in this order though. I didn't put it in order. These are just my favorite joints.
What? Okay.
All right. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Kick in the Door.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
My fault.
Somebody's got to die.
It's hard to leave off some of these. I get it, man, but that's what I thought made. That's what makes this a fun topic.
You said Kicking the Door is number 2?
Kicking the Door.
Look at Jerrell using a copy and paste.
I ain't crazy.
Yeah.
That ain't work.
No.
Never mind. Kicking the Door.
Somebody's Gotta Die. Kicking the Door.
It's a dark ass album so far.
Whole album.
I mean, that's how it started. Shit.
Yeah.
Somebody's Gotta Die was the first song.
Yeah, but Hypnotized was
next, Jay.
Yeah,
but the energy, man, it just goes up and down on this thing.
So I got Hypnotized.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right.
Boom, boom.
Fucking You Tonight.
We knew that was coming.
I knew that was
Jay. I knew Jay was going to have that.
Hold on. I'm going to get the symbols in here.
And you can't doubt. I mean, that was a massive joint too. Don't get me wrong, but in hindsight, for obvious reasons, I ain't touching it.
Right.
And they didn't do nothing with it. Like that was a huge song at the time.
It got radio play.
Like a month.
It definitely got radio play because they changed it to Loving You. It wasn't a single, but it got radio play.
Yeah, but how do you have an R. Kelly feature and it's not a? You get what I'm saying? I guess that's where I'm going. Like it's R. Kelly and you didn't.
He didn't need it.
I get it.
It was gone though.
That was the only reason I think that
I know, but
Puffy didn't need it.
That was gonna happen.
All right, what you got, Jay?
5.
Last Days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last Day.
That was a tough one to keep off too for me, but I get why Jay picked it.
We all do.
6.
Jay ain't even write a song. He's just looking at the track list right now.
Yeah. All right. This one. That one.
Mm-hmm.
The one with Jada on it.
The one with Kiss on it.
The one with Kiss on it. The one with Jay-Z on it. The one with Lil' Kim on it.
Come on, Jay, man.
What's up, baby?
Oh, he died.
Hold on.
Time out.
Who said life and the death is overrated?
Out, yo.
Who's that?
Who said this?
See.
Who said that?
Who said that? It says
that's
Facebook.
your man too, Jerrell.
This
that's
my
Jerrell,
man, Mike. Hey, Mike. This
Name
is a Biggie show.
Hey,
you about to get kicked out of the cookout, sir.
Yes, we can hear you.
Can y'all hear me? Oh.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah.
We need number 6.
Y'all got last days. What's beef?
Okay. So we need 4 more.
I got a story to tell.
Man, he's just one guy.
Notorious thugs.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, he went into the trap.
Sky's the limit.
Bottom, bro. Look at it. He going down the list, yo.
Yo. Stop it, yo. Stop, yo. I can't laugh and type at the same time.
These are my favorite joints. Like, what the fuck?
Don't do that.
Went down the list.
2 more, bro. 2 more.
And I'm just picking.
2 more.
You got Sky's the limit?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. No.
Okay.
So you got 1 more.
Yeah,
one more.
The limit. Yeah.
My bad. I missed that.
And you got
Who? Shit.
We need 1 more.
Come on, man. One more.
Play hater. JC play hater, I think.
Play
Did he? Oh.
Did he?
You just said that.
I think I heard him.
You don't put the worst. You just said that because that's the worst song on that.
OJ, you didn't say that?
Yes, he said that.
No, I did say play hater.
Oh, okay. We good. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure I've heard you sing that before.
Let me look at Jay. No, hold on. I'm not gonna critique nobody's list, but we're gonna do that after. Flaw, you next. Get this over with.
All right. This was Biggie's revenge album to me. I had to keep it 1997 because a lot had happened between then. So many rappers dissing him, and a lot of things had happened. So my list goes like this. I got to go with the Life After Death intro because it connects it to the first one. So I'm going to throw on there. I'm about to smoke, though. I'm about to get y'all out of here.
What? Hold on. Watch your mouth. Hold on. All right. All right.
Number two. I'm gonna actually keep it rolling. Somebody's got to die. Number 1, because in '97 the storytelling was immaculate. Like you couldn't get that from nowhere. And this is a Snoop diss. We on the revenge tour. Snoop diss.
Got you.
Number 3 is Hypnotized. We got to keep it funky. First single of the album. And you just got to have that balance to the album. Number 4, I'm still gonna go in order.
Okay.
It's crazy, but I'm gonna go Kick in the Door.
Kick in the door.
Raekwon, Ghostface, Nas diss. It's my revenge tour.
So basically you doing what Ant said Jay was doing.
No. It seems like that though.
Don't get me wrong. I know exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You're reshaping the album.
A lot of mine are in order too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got a story to tell because of the story. John Stark's true story. And I just remember how we all reacted to this record alone. Like, he had 24 records on here, but boy, the story to tell get a lot of burn in the radio.
Right.
Notorious Thugs. For what DJ Iron Mike said, when we heard Big rapping like that, that was just different at that time. And Notorious Bone Thugs and Harmony was dissing 3 6 Mafia. The beef is on. This is the revenge.
I got a beef. He got a beef album. I like this. Go ahead.
Missing You, because that was my favorite. Miss You was my favorite song. I like the beat. I got to find out who it was. Yeah, I like that slow melody type of vibe.
Miss You.
It's a good joint.
Good song.
Sky's the Limit. Fire record. I loved it.
Sky's the Limit.
Okay, 2 112 back to back. Okay.
Long Kiss Goodnight. Tupac this. 2 Spot RZA. My revenge tour continues. I love that Wu-Tang Bad Boy collaboration when they do it. Like that's my era. Like them 2 fashions going head to head, but always working together is just weird. and you're nobody till somebody kills you, which is just was weird to have that on the album. The last song where we saw what happened to Big, and he had that on there. So like that was just like that eerie song. But once again, we're getting into Biggie's storytelling. So I wanted to have some of Biggie's storytelling, some singles, and some diss records, some skits. Like I just wanted to have a complete 10, and that's my 10.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence that Your Nobody was the last song on this one, and Suicidal Thoughts was the last song on this
right.
one. It's not a coincidence. Right. Biggie knew they knew what they were doing when it comes to his album.
That's a parallel.
So
hold on. Roland got a question.
Who?
How was that
Snoop Dogg? How to sell records like Snoop? Oops. The second album didn't sell as much, so how to sell records like Snoop. Oop was a shot.
Like oops upside your head.
Yeah. That was a shot. That was a shot, Roland. If you remember.
That was definitely a shot,
Roland. Sorry.
Shot.
Because you can't sell records like Snoop if you only go platinum one time, baby.
Right.
Now it's time for the great one to put his master.
The great ones list.
So for me, this album came out when I was in 8th grade. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It was the hottest shit out. You know what I'm saying? I played it front to back. I tried to pick what I think is the best 10 on here that could make the best album. That was the objective. So for me, I'm starting to, with every dope album start off with a dope ass track. It come on, you know what I mean? For me, I got You're Nobody starting my joint off.
Ooh.
Man.
Reverse order.
Ooh.
Feel me?
I actually like that.
I got that starting the album. You feel me?
Because that almost sounds like an intro. So I like that.
Then I go to Hypnotize. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Kenny in the chat. Kenny, this is a big episode. We going best 10 tracks for Life After Death.
Hey, Bud. All right. I did Hypnotize for obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? It's a lead single. Gotta drive the album. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Then I went with I Love the Dough. I don't know why I put it in this order, but this is just the order it is. You know what I'm saying? This is my favorite track out of him and whole track together. I like
that fits after Hypnotize. Like that works.
Then I got Niggas Bleed.
I hated leaving that off.
He's the only person to put that on there.
That's good. That's a good record.
Feel me?
I almost picked it.
Then I go Kick in the Door. Feel me? We're going Kick in the Door. My man, for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Sky's the Limit. Got to smooth it out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Throw another single out there for him. You know what I'm saying? Can't be all dark. Then I go Notorious Thugs for all the reasons why y'all said it. That shit was like my favorite song, like for the whole summer, out of the whole album. Just Big verse alone, bitch. Then I go 10 Crack Commandments. I mean,
Okay.
These last
two more.
I'm going Last Day. Nah, man, I'm going Last Day. I probably could have switched this up and put, something else on there, but got the locks on there, bro. Like locks.
That's why. Yeah, I get it.
Got the locks on it, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I ended it with I Got a Story to Tell.
That's the last song. Makes sense. Hold on. All right. Hold on, I gotta get my list up.
Jerrell.
That's nice. List. Hold on, let me look at
my list wrong, bro. I know my list wrong.
I get it. I get exactly what you did. Especially since Ant ain't got no singles other than Hypnotize and Sky's the Limit. I like that.
Got 2 big singles on there. Feel me? I ain't put more
you
money
just
on
pick.
it.
You just pick. Yeah, like Mike picked. We'll talk about it. Hold on. Let me get my list.
Yeah.
Because of course you got to pick your big singles and your album cuts. Know what I'm saying?
But I ain't want to go more money though, bro. Because
Right. That's what I'm saying. But see, you left. All of y'all left More Money, More Problems off.
It's gonna sell the album. It said Mike. I mean, More Money gonna sell the album.
Crazy. I get it though.
I'm talking a #1 single.
Yeah, like More Money, More Problems.
Single on the pop charts.
I got that in my joint, but it's smack dab in the middle. I started with Hypnotize as the first song, just by the way he come in. with that, I want my album to start off like that.
Bitch.
Take that.
All right, then I got Kick in the Door coming after that.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, I got 10 Crack Commandments.
10 Crack.
Then I Love the Dough. Five, rounding off, More Money. Six, I Got a Story to Tell.
Big fellas, nigga rapped the story, then told the story at the end.
Hold on.
Who does that, yo? Like,
I missed one. Hold on. Keep the time, kicking the door. Oh, I'm sorry. Not I Got a Story to Tell. I got Notorious Thugs right here. I had to get on that on there.
mm-hmm.
Then I Got a Story to Tell.
Cool as a fan, gat in hand. I don't want to blast your man.
Blast the man.
But I can, I will though.
Right.
I'm trying to chill though.
This how I ended it off exactly how the album ends. My Downfall.
Ooh.
First time.
Yeah.
Then Long Kiss.
Bill.
Then You're Nobody. Because I think that 3-song run is the best 3-song run at the end
Ever?
of any album in hip hop history.
Ooh.
Where you go with My Downfall, Long Kiss,
GoodNight,
and You're Nobody to Nobody. Those 3 songs together, I can't break those up, no matter where they're at on my album. But I need those 3.
Strong finish.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like the difference between all of ours. It's not that much of a difference, other than I think I was the only one who did
My Downfall.
My Downfall.
Nobody picked What's Beef, right?
No, Ant. No, not Ant.
I did. Didn't I?
Somebody did. Yeah, Jay did.
Yeah,
Jay
Jay
picked
did,
What's
okay.
Beef. Nobody else picked that. Other than that,
Nobody picked Going Back to Cali.
nobody. I can't pick that song, Mike.
Yeah, for obvious.
Not on my. Nah, I can't pick that.
The
That would
funny
have been
thing
on my
is, I
bottom
actually-
10.
I like. Here's the thing. I like the record, but the connotation of it all.
Right,
is kinda
exactly.
like-
I can't
It
do
almost-
that on this.
it's almost a surprise to me when you think about it that they left that on the album.
Right.
I was surprised they left a few things on that album. Like Paak was like gone already a year, so why release Long Kiss Goodnight? You get what I'm saying? Like why do certain things?
Because back then stuff always happened long term like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like microwavy like it is now. Like you diss somebody and then the diss come out tomorrow. Like how long did Nas take to put Ether out?
No, I get it. I was
It's
just
the same thing. Oh, you talking about just because he was dead?
Yeah, just because he was dead. Like
Oh.
him getting raped for, like, he was talking like he went in. You get what I'm saying?
I guess because they were subliminals. He didn't say his name. You know how that go back then. Like, I'm not saying that would have happened now, but that's just how it was.
They won't know who we're talking about. Let's put it out. Okay.
I'm just saying that's just how it was.
Yeah,
I definitely get what you're saying though. It don't make sense.
Like Mobb Deep pulled the Drop a Gem on video, but they still released the record. So I get it. And that was fresh. Like Drop a Gem on them dropped it like a month or something after Pac was murdered. So I get it. That was
man. Mike said, "How does not beef make
What's beef?
Oh, what's beef? For one, Mike, you already said this album was underrated. If you don't shut the fuck,
yeah, like get the
Nah, but I understand what you're saying. What's Beef was dope. It's just that if you just gonna go 10,
yeah, but
it's just because it's 10
over Last Day though. I could have put What's Beef over Last Day. You know what I'm saying? I could have did that, but
here's my thing though, right,
bro.
See, the reason why I left the Locks off, because I'm saying the Locks could have put that on their album. Like that song wasn't going nowhere to me. That song was not going to get lost nowhere. That's why I was okay with that song not making its cut. That song was going to make Money, Power, Respect.
Yeah, I didn't like with the features that I had on mine. I had a Jay-Z feature. More Money, More Problems already got Diddy and Mace on it. I didn't need the Locks.
So here's my thing though. My list was considered like there was a lot of disrespect shot at Big, and I think he needed those records was to get off his chest. So a lot of those records, he was answering a lot of people who had slick stuff to say. And so I couldn't leave none of those off because when you don't drop in 3 years, that's what we used to do back then. I don't know about today, but back then, as soon as I get the booth, I'm going to air y'all niggas out. Right now, I'm chilling. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to let y'all think it's sweet. But when I get into my creative bag, I'm going to let all y'all have it. And that's exactly what he did. Like Snoop, Ray, Ghost, Nas, Paak, and whoever else I'm missing. Like who knows? Because back then it was a lot of sub disses. So
yo, you're the only person who put Miss You. I just saw that.
Yeah, that was my personal favorite.
Yeah, nobody put Miss You, right?
Everybody picked your nobody except Jay. I don't know how he kept that off.
Yeah, you missed that one.
Yeah, that's
nobody.
Yeah, that's hard.
Nobody picked another, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling. Yeah, I don't need that or going back to Cali really or Long Kiss Goodnight.
Me and Flaw was the only one who did Long Kiss.
That's so.
I did that on purpose though.
I know he did.
Crazy.
My thing is honestly, Player Hater was hard to leave off because I actually, even though that song was a joke, I think that just solidified his GOAT status. Not solidified like he couldn't be GOAT without it, but I can do everything. That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, but if you're doing 10, right, I don't need the artsy joint if I'm doing 10.
I agree. That's why I took it off, but still a thought in my head.
I get what you're saying. Because it was like the only different shit that he ever done like that. Like he's never did that before.
And then Mason Puffy did it after him. You get what I'm saying? It's like everybody.
It was trash.
But I started something. Now everybody, not everybody, because I think just Mason Puff did it after, but I'm the first. Now you rappers want to harmonize and sing. So
hey,
first
Mike,
of all,
I need motherfuckers to explain this, bro. How is this album overrated, bro?
Hold on.
I need a motherfucker to explain that. Whoever you are, a Facebook user, please explain.
That's my man Mike Ingram. Shout out to Mike. But to me,
Mike.
But to me, look, every song on here, if you're gonna say that storytelling and bars is the reason. What song did Big have that did not have storytelling and bars in it? Like
Mike from St. Louis.
No. I'm talking about my man Mike that left this message. You said storytelling and bars
one of the most
because of What's Beef
rappers ever though. Like outside of that,
no, it's a great. What's Beef is a classic. It's a classic, but yeah, that was like if I had 11 or 12, then that might have been.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I could have definitely put it on there, but.
What's Beef almost helped Cannabis beat LL. So
They said almost.
Here we go.
Almost beat LL.
LL came back from a 3-1 deficit. You know what I mean?
Oh man,
he was out of there. He was out of there. Y'all know he was out of there. He came back.
Oh,
you know what's a joint I like?
Hold on, and plus Flaw.
Like nobody
Flaw is the only one who put the intro on there
because it connects the album.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
So he got 2 on
there that nobody picked.
I love the interlude. I play that all the time because it's a good setup track when you're doing a party.
Right,
but I couldn't do it in.
I couldn't put it on here. It's almost I couldn't put it on here. But that's dope.
Making you scream. It's so insane. What the hell does that mean?
Well,
had me learning how to spell Notorious.
Oh yeah,
Notorro.
Every single that he got on this album probably could be a single right now, though, bro. Like that's what's fucking.
Yeah, how is this overrated?
Like even the R.
Kelly underrated
right now, bro. If it wasn't,
I actually think this album is underrated.
Songs on it, bitch.
I honestly think this album is overrated, underrated. Especially if you're going to talk about a double disc. Most double discs do not have this. At all. Like we picked 10. I can easily pick another 10 that I did not pick.
We're gonna we should do a poll to see who actually chose the best list.
I like that.
I'll say this. I don't know how I would I don't know. I got to put it on some type of form.
Like a Word doc or something.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Screenshot it.
Won't win, but
screenshot it.
Yeah, at the end of the show, I'll wide screen it and blow it up. Everybody can see.
All right, fellas, we got time for one more conversation.
Yeah, man.
So in the group, DJ Iron Mike and everybody, we was having a conversation about what Ari Spears said. I'm gonna play a little clip of what he said, and we can discuss it. Here's Ari Spears, aka Old Head, talking about the young rappers today.
How is it that y'all don't get bored with the current state of hip hop and what y'all are doing to rap? When everything sounds the same, the melody the same, the beat the same, the cadence the same, the flow the same, everything auto-tune. From NBA Youngboy to Lil Baby to Rondo Quando, none of you niggas sound different. There's no individuality or originality. Let me put a link to the Spears and Steinberg podcast.
But that was him promoting his podcast, so I guess that was,
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Roll out.
Man,
I don't like it.
Facts. He's speaking facts though. Like, well, why you don't like it? Because it's roll out?
Nah, I don't like it because I don't think that's a fact. Especially if
I agree.
How you agree, but we all kind of gave respect to Lil Baby, but Lil Baby is one of the names that he said, ain't?
All right, but that just means motherfuckers is biting off Lil Baby. You know what I mean? I ain't saying everything he's saying is facts. I'm not saying everything he's saying is fact, but he has some merit, bro. You listen to the radio right now, bro. He is right. Shit sounds the same. The first song you heard, 3 songs later, you might say, is this the same motherfucker? And it's not. Like,
because
he's right.
That's what sells, bro. Like that's what sells.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I don't know why people like. I find it weird how people view the music business as just what they hear on the radio. What's going on?
I'm just saying, bro.
I don't understand that at all. I never got that.
And the NBA Youngboy sounds nothing like Lil Baby or The Baby
at all.
I think he's just spitting names out, bro. At this point, I think he was just spitting names out that point, but trying to make a point. You feel what I'm saying?
But like, here's my thing. Why? But and the crazy part about it is we attack the artists. We attack the artists for doing exactly like for doing what you're supposed to do. You get what I'm saying? Supply and demand. You get what I'm saying? Like, why? If it sells, why go against the grain? You get what I'm saying? Like, if especially if you have to recoup or if you have money to get, like, if you try to get money. Like I'm as a creative, be creative, have fun, but I mean, if it sells, you got obligations, bro. Like, don't attack the artist, it's the fans.
Hey Jay, I can't subscribe to that, bro.
How?
Because if I'm a rapper, nigga, this is me. You know what I mean? I can't subscribe it because if I'm a rapper, like, I'm not trying to make no music that sound like what everybody else doing, bro. Like, I don't know if I can tell or not, bro. That's just me. That's just me personally. I can't speak on nobody else but me, bro. I'm not trying to make some shit with auto-tune and trying to sound like everybody just to get a bag and just because it's hot. Like, all this shit sound whack to me, bro. That's just me.
My thing is, what about
not even on no Lupe shit? I ain't saying it like that.
I'm fucking with you. Somebody that's nice, like, that's just not making music.
I don't know. To me, it seemed like most of the top people in the game isn't in the category that he's talking about. Like, that's why
I think it's like what Ant said. He just dropped names that people are familiar with that are current.
Right.
None of the top people sound alike, though.
The question that needs to be asked is, do they sound the same?
No.
Like I mentioned in our chat, if there's a certain type of genre, a certain type of music that you don't particularly care for, it normally sounds the same.
Right.
If you don't like Latin music, but Big J does, you're not going to know the difference.
You probably think Bad Bunny sound like any type of Spanish rapper.
Like
but think about this though. When reggaeton first got big, bro, all that shit sounded the same, bro. Same
beat sounded the same.
All of it, but it sounds the same.
But if you were to talk to a fan, right? If you were to talk to a fan or somebody that appreciates reggaeton or salsa or merengue, whatever, they can decipher who is who, and they can give you who their favorite artists are, out of those particular genres. So if you're Ari Spears and you grew up, similar to how we grew up, and now you feel disconnected, which I do to a degree, you're going to think that a lot of it does sound the same. But if you're in it, if this is the sound for you, then you can tell the difference between all of these rappers.
Right.
And maybe they might not be spitting what you want to hear or make the kind of records that you want to hear. But yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going.
well, Mike, I think most people, most fans don't really know what they're listening to anyway. To be honest.
What do you mean?
I mean, that's why. I mean, the songs on the radio are on the radio for a reason. Like if you're just listening to the radio, you are going to listen to the same thing over and over again. It's called radio programming for a reason. Like they play the same shit over and over again. See, so if you don't venture off other than the radio, then you will never think anything sounds different.
Here's my thing with all of that, right? With the new artists, with our favorite artists or whatever, I got to take COVID into consideration because I want to actually throw in the Bruno Mars, the Silk Sonic record, right? And how good that sounds and how well produced and just how great it sounds. I haven't heard something that great in a while.
Mention Anderson .Paak too, though.
Anderson .Paak. And I'm saying, I said their group is called Sonic, whatever. But anyways.
Yeah, you said Bruno Mars and Silk Sonic.
And no.
Give my man his props.
Anderson .Paak, Bruno Mars, Silk Sonic.
Right. Thank you.
Jay, you laughing a little bit too hard, Jay.
You ain't like what Jay laughing. You ain't like Jay's laughing, right? Me and Ann could giggle a little bit, but
all the way back.
Like, chill out. It ain't that hard. Know what I'm saying?
As soon as you said Bruno Mars and Sonic Silk, and you ain't say Anderson.
He knew I was gonna say something. That's why he laughed. He knew I was gonna say something. I'm like, hold on, man, slow down.
But I think that we haven't. I'm gonna say me, as a fan of music, we haven't had a big collection of great material based on the record labels, artists creating their own studio in their house, beat makers not necessarily messing with producers, like this, so forth and so forth. So even I'll give an example, like Ghostface Killah dropped the album in 2019. It was okay. You get what I'm saying? Because it just didn't have that connection. To me, it didn't have that connection of being in a studio with 30 people, feeding off energy. He might have just did it in Staten Island or something like that with a regular producer. I'm just shooting the shit, thinking about why it was okay.
Like it didn't have a budget, like you're saying.
Right. So like there's a lot of music that has come out and it's like, it's cool. No matter who it's from. It could be from Griselda, like, okay, this is cool. It could
you can obviously tell the difference. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Right. But I'm saying we could tell that they've scaled back. Regardless of who's dropping, they've scaled back. The beats aren't super, super dope no more. The lyrics ain't crazy from nobody. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when I heard that Silk Sonic record, I said, man, it's been a long time since I heard great music like this. So I'm
polished.
I'm tired, and I think
DJ polished is super polished though. It might be too polished.
It's such a great record that I don't know what Ari Spears is complaining about, but nobody's dropping super polished music no more. Like when I played earlier before we got on, I was listening to Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, G-Thang. We're not getting that. I don't care.
That's an engineer's dream.
We're not getting that. Who does Ari Spears think is going to drop that tomorrow? We're not getting that. We're going to get a Detox album, but and Dre might pull off a miracle. I don't sleep on Dre. I don't, because he actually put his name on this Silk Sonic single, right, Mike? I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, Anderson .Paak is signed to him.
And this is why. This is why. This is exactly why. Back in that era, like the difference between like with them, Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars are both musicians.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's more of them actually sitting in the studio creating versus a beat maker sitting in the studio on Fruity Loops,
right?
You know, making a beat and sending it off. You no longer have to know how to work the big board in the studio. Right. You no longer need to know how to operate or what this plugin does.
They both had their own bands.
YouTube shows you that, but then there's also like programs out there where it's a kit, it's a template, and it says sound like Drake, sound like Lil Baby, sound like, you get what I'm saying, and it's the effects and all the plugins that they use on these voices.
Right.
That there's no longer a process. Like there's no longer, you get what I'm saying.
And Jerrell,
musicianship has been taken out of music, bro. Music is way more technical than musical now.
Remember when that Benny the Butcher album with Hit Boy drop, and we talked about how great it was because he got to sit. Not saying he hasn't before, but when you sit with somebody that's going to say, "This is direction." Nas, he sat down with Hit Boy. Now we got to fire Nas album.
So that's kind of the reason why all the Griselda albums are good and people gravitate towards them, because they're all produced by like either Derringer or Alchemist.
And you got
so they all got the same feel to them, and they're not all over the place. They all sound like cohesive projects.
To the album,
And you got Westside overseeing it. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that was a conversation that I guess I was trying to have with Jay a few weeks ago about how there's the downside of everybody just dropping, which is cool because you get to get your own little cult following. I get that. But back in the day, let's just say there was 20 new artists, right, on a record label. One artist would drop because he was just ready. The other 19 will be in the studio, still working, still in boot camp until they was ready. Now it's just like all 20. Bing, there you go.
That's because you no longer need the studio. You no longer need. That's what it is, Flaw. I can record a song right now in my room,
and it won't be. And no disrespect to you, it won't be polished. You can do whatever you want, but it's not.
That's false. That's false.
It depends on it. I see what Jay's saying, because it depends on who you are and who you got back you also, because all the stuff that Jay does in his living room, he can still send it out to be polished, if that makes sense.
Okay,
you no longer need the studio. You can do all of that. It's all by ear and plugins and knobs now. It's no longer
it's not music anymore, bro.
I got an
way
example.
More technical than it was musical now, bro. This Silk Sonic joint is a perfect example of musicianship, bro.
I got an example for Flaw.
Motherfuckers putting shit together in the studio.
Remember, I played that Sir song, The Recipe?
Yeah.
That whole song, Chase the Summer, was done in his living room.
Mm-hmm.
That whole shit sound polished as hell. It's because that if you got somebody like TDE backing you, he did all that shit in his room, but he sent it off to still the best engineers in the game and shit. Send it to TDE. Like, they'll make it sound like it make it sound.
I agree.
They'll mix that shit down still.
I agree with you on that. So I guess I'm saying we'll get a Sir, or we'll get anybody off TDE, and it'll sound dope.
Yeah, like you said, it doesn't happen often. Like,
it doesn't happen, but if you don't have the backing, that's why
you sound like shit. Yes,
that's what I'm saying. So everybody,
you're absolutely right.
And it's like we might get a good bop, but we be like, something's missing. Like, it's not history. Right. When I heard Leave the Door Open, I said, "Oh, I have not felt this in so long musically. Fire has dropped. It has.
Right.
But as polished as this, what are we doing wrong? Huh?
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
When was the last time you listened to Anderson .Paak or Bruno Mars before that drop?
24 Karat. Versace's my shit. Dude, 24.
So, but the album or the song?
The album, bro. He got 9. He had 9 songs. Like, you could tell that was just strategic. We're not going to overdo it. 9. If you see somebody with 9 songs, you know damn well that's a masterpiece. That's just how it is.
So to me,
the Thriller formula.
Yeah.
Right.
To me, it doesn't sound off.
Purple Rain.
I listen to them often. You get what I'm saying? That's like it's to me it sounded like them. Yeah. But like that's why I was asking, like, when was the last time you like listened to them?
Right. It wasn't a shock for me at all. because it sound like them.
Bruno Mars dropped like 3 years ago, though, right?
I'm an Anderson .Paak fan, sir.
Yeah.
It sounds like him.
Then they're also
that's what I'm saying. It sounds like him.
The only ones though, like
it's
you like he put the Lucky Day album in the
right
in the room the other day. Like these niggas still use musicians. Like the great one was saying, like it's musicianship. Like when me doing the drums and the guitars, the bass, and horns and shit on the keyboard versus me having someone come in and do that shit. Like the last person I seen do that shit was and that's I don't know what song it's gonna be, but Raleigh made the beat. So had a flute, shorty that come in and play the flute, somebody that played the keyboards, and somebody that played the saxophone actually come to the studio and like do those. And people didn't know, like people. It was odd to people because they was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, he said Shorty went to the booth, hit the flute, and he was like, what the fuck? Like I was telling my young boy Sal that shit. And he was saying the same thing. He was saying just like, yo, like, I've never seen that before. So it's like the musicianship of, having a drummer come in and actually go in. Bro. Someone playing the violin. Like it's the humanization, which is another thing that they do on programs. It's a stroke of a button, bro. Humanized. So this chord progression is going to sound like it's played by a human.
So
to me, if you're gonna have two people that actually had their own band, tour with their own band, and actually like produce their music with live instruments, this album is definitely, it should sound better than everybody else's.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like if Anderson .Paak is the head of like his own band, the Free Nationals, and I've seen them live and stuff, and Bruno Mars is 21 Carat, and he's obviously the man. If you combine both of them and they actually was in the studio and got like 10 songs, this shit it should sound better than everybody else's R&B music right now.
And what Jay was saying, it sounds like somebody was producing on that Big Ooh record. That's what I'm saying. Like he's not just a beat maker. And I think a lot of times we get beat makers and rappers, and we might get a dope song where we go like, this is cool, but it just don't give us that feel where we went nuts in the 90s. I don't even want to say the 2000s, maybe in the 2000s. I really hated that bling bling era. I didn't hate it, but we were beginning to go away from that bling bling era. Was crazy, Jay. It had
I forgot you don't like that. My fault. Yeah, my fault.
It had Jay, 50, Kanye. I mean, I can name a lot, but I could also name where we started losing our minds.
You talking about the early 2000s, like 2000 to what, like 05, 06?
Those bracelets,
I don't like flashy
big, that bracelets in
the big bracelet era, or the bling bling era. Okay, the platinum era. Everybody with the platinum on.
I want to reinforce Anthony's point, though.
Okay.
Right? There is a lack of individuality within rap. I think that is something that can't be denied. Even though I do think Spears he's got that old man thing going on where he doesn't understand what he's listening to.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't care if you were to line all these guys up and you were to line them up versus, say, cats from the 80s. You had Big Daddy Kane in a room next to Kid and Play, next to Biz Markie, next to KRS-One, next to Guru, so on and so forth. They all had their own thing, and their own style and their own individuality. And to me, that is something that is severely lacking because everybody, from a stylistic point.
My thing is,
Mike,
my thing is, it's a reason for that though.
10 members of Wu-Tang. Yeah, I know. 10 members of Wu-Tang, and not one of them is the same.
And we know them all. I can't. If you put Migos in the room, I can't tell you who Quavo is. I really can't.
That's a fact. Say something, Jay. Talk to us, huh? We talking nasty. Talk to us.
Y'all sound like old men. Fuck me, y'all talking nasty.
We are old, bro.
Honestly, I could point the fucking Migos out. They ain't that old.
What is it? Takeoff, Quavo, and Offset?
Yeah, I could fucking see them.
Takeoff.
What separates stylistically? What separates those guys from anybody else?
I think.
I mean, nothing. It's like the. they're doing what's necessary, in a sense. So they're doing what's now. It's more about the bag than it is the art and the talent. So I will give you that.
Thank you. Say that. That's all I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
He's admitted that before.
That's what I said at the beginning.
Yeah, he said that before.
It's more about the bag than it is the talent. Like, I'm gonna do what I have to do to get these millions.
Like,
and sell
here's
these
the thing.
records.
Jay agrees with everything that we're saying. It just doesn't bother him like it bothers everybody else. If that makes sense.
It does.
Like, he know it's not, that much originality, but he sees the reason behind it, and it doesn't bother him. That's all. I see the reason behind it too. Like,
but it still bother us though.
But for one, like,
the reason.
The music industry is so oversaturated. It's impossible for everybody to sound original. It's not the 80s anymore. It's not like it's only 6 or 7 rappers that you know. Like, it's a SoundCloud rapper dropping. It's 10 of them dropping every hour. So it would never go back to the KRS-One don't sound like Coogee rap.
I'm not expecting it to.
It would never go back to that ever again.
I'm not saying it should. I'm just saying that that's just a fact. I mean, there's just a lack of individuality.
Here's my thing, and we talked about this, right? There's still something mentally off with the youth, to me.
In what sense?
What we talked about before was almost, I can't say every no more because Jerrell have a fit. Almost all of the new, can't call it MCs, rappers or whatever they're doing, have come in, have taken everything from Wayne except the ability to rap. That's just them being lazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, there was a guy who was rapping. They just wanted to take everything from him but that. Like, everybody's a little, like, I'm not saying Wayne invented tattoos, but boy, like, I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, dreads, I guess that's just a style. I'm just saying, yes, this isn't the 80s and 90s, but if Nas said, I grew up listening to Rakim, you can hear the influence. If you can sometimes hear the influence, but you did want to be your own rapper in the 90s, whatever. Today, it's like, what were you guys listening to? Were you listening to anything? Or did you guys just say, hey, we can now get a bag for this. I want to start rapping tomorrow.
But why wouldn't you call out an influence? Like, I don't.
How?
Why wouldn't you say?
You being influenced by money, but not by the music.
No. He just said everybody took stuff from Wayne, except how to rap.
Because they joined hip hop. So why would you take? Well, even though your style is hip hop, it is, but it's like they took the style, but not the actual work ethnic or the actual no type of similarity when it comes to the bars. They took the harmonizing though. They took the they took everything. The hardest part was learning to rap.
But but you called the influence when you reference Nas the Rakim, but it's not influence for the younger generation.
I'm saying there's too many people are influenced by the same MC. Too many are influenced by the same person.
And plus, Jay, I think he's talking about like their influence when it comes to their art.
Yeah.
Not the way they look and stuff like that. Like all of the top rappers now, I mean, you can kind of see the influence on them. Maybe not Lil Baby because he's still young, but I see all the influence Kendrick had. I could tell all the influence J. Cole had. Like they don't sound like the people before them, but you could tell they took bits and pieces. Like Kendrick sound like both are Outkast to me.
Yeah.
He took a bit. He took Big Boy and Andre 3000 and combined them.
You got that alien feel to him,
you could tell Cole is a huge Nas fan.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't rap exactly like Cole, but you could tell that he studied him. You could tell.
I got a situation. I got cut out, guys.
All right, Mike.
Okay. Hey, Shaq, Biggie, Can't Stop the Rain.
Yeah, let's go with it. Yeah, okay. I like that.
I got you.
All right, Mike.
Because and we didn't get to talk wrestling this week, but that's okay. But yeah, because Shaq was wrestling in AEW, and we got the Biggie Doc, so a little bit of a tie in there. All right?
That's what's up, man. Thanks for joining us, Mike. Anytime, brother.
As always.
Shaq did a job in that match. But yeah, I was saying that when they came, like they came into the house and didn't take the main ingredient that's actually going to put the money in your pocket. Like,
yeah, not like J. Cole took Nas's skill. He didn't take like his chipped tooth and his part in his hair and shit like that.
That's a fact.
Now, I mean, Kendrick took the skill. He didn't take Andre 3000's like furry shorts with his chest out with like a fucking football helmet on and shit.
And so to piggyback off what you were saying, Jay,
he didn't take none of the style. It's just
easy,
all lyrics.
It's the easy bag. So I'm saying these kids, it's like, oh, I can make money off of this. I want to start rapping tomorrow. That's what I'm saying. It's like, whoa, okay, cool. And you get a catch,
kids like, bro. So it's
a catch melody. Yeah, it's going to sell. But that's like Jay. What if J. Cole would have been like, nah, this ain't gonna sell. Let me do something else.
Right.
And so we got greatness. What if Kendrick was like, I gotta be more
exactly.
You know I'm saying? No, he took that opportunity to be himself, and now he's up there. So
that's why they're the best though.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to jump out on a ledge and be yourself.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's what all the great rappers don't. Most of the great, it's not just rappers like artists in general. None of them. All of the great ones don't usually sound alike.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Biggie Bell.
Shout out to Max. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a good artist, it takes mad courage to just jump out and be yourself. I'm sorry. It's very, very hard to do.
Before Max went in, you feel me? Like,
it's the hardest thing ever, yo. Flaw, you all right? Flaw, you good?
Yeah. I'm good. We was doing
because it don't matter what subject is, he gonna bring Max in, right?
Because Max, when he was out here in these streets, nigga, he was doing him. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. I ain't about to go there.
All right. I mean, we've been potting for 2 hours, man. I'm ready to get these records played.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, YouTube, Facebook. No, I mean, we holla at y'all.
Shout out to everybody except the motherfucker who said Big album was underrated.
Mike, you was wilding for that, Mike. That's my man, Mike. You was wilding for that. You know, that's still my man, though, but he was wilding for that. Yo, he said it during the Biggie episode.
He said it twice, though.
He said the shit twice. No, it's actually worse, and when you actually type the shit out. Like, he didn't even say it. Like, he typed that bitch out twice. Underrated. I mean, like, overrated, I mean. Like, how? Typed it. But shout out to everybody. We hit y'all up on Wednesday. Out.